Hey guys, Ryan Earnhardt here from CreativeSoundLab.tv. Today we're kicking off a three-part series. We're going to be going through three different unique effects for guitar created by physics that you can do in your own recording space just using two SM57s. Today we're going to be talking about how to create the Pendulum Phaser. Here's what it sounds like. So today's effect is created a little bit differently than your typical electronics. Typically, for like a phaser pedal, you would have a signal that's split into two parts. One part is going through several all-pass filters, and when these two signals combine, certain frequencies will be canceled out. Now, pair this with a low-frequency oscillator that slowly makes a sweeping motion, and you have your typical phaser-like effect. Now, the effect today is caused by two different distances. It's one thing just to have a mic that's, say, 5 inches away from a guitar cabinet, but if you're to try to combine that mic with a close mic right on the grill cloth, then you're probably going to have some phase issues. But if we're moving that mic in kind of a rhythmic and musical pattern, then we're creating a phaser. So check this out. I have one mic right on the guitar amp, and then I'm going to be moving the other mic by hand. This can actually be a really cool way to perform an effect. Here we're performing a phaser. Okay, so that just kind of proves the concept that it works, that we have two different distances, and when we bring one microphone in closer or further away, it's creating a phaser effect. In fact, it is a phaser, okay? We're using physics, not electronics, to create the effect. And the best part is we're just using two microphones that we had laying around. It's nothing expensive. It's a completely unique effect here. So I had kind of an idea to create the oscillating motion, the low frequency oscillator of a typical phaser. And I figured the best way to get it would be to make a pendulum. So you have a guitar amp laying on its back, shooting up, you have a close mic, and that'll be laying on its side, so it'll have some clearance from the swinging microphone. And then, ideally, in theory, we have this swinging microphone that, because of the rhythm of the pendulum, it's going to create that oscillation that we typically hear in a phaser. So let's check it out and see how well this works. This is really cool. It actually works. It's a little roomy sounding, okay? I'm noticing that. So this would be a technique that would be best done in a very dead, tons of absorption in the room, because it really does pick up a lot of room here. Another part to this effect is that it really works way better with very heavy compression here. That way we're not dealing with all the variation of amplitude on this pendulum mic. We're purely dealing with the sound of the time difference and the tonal qualities of this swinging microphone. And so another thing we could try with this is we've been listening in mono this whole time, both the close mic and the swinging microphone. But we can create a really cool panning effect if we were to pan these microphones out to the side. Now, one trick to this is that you have to mess with the levels of each of the microphones, and I would pan both of them. So when they're panned out, adjust the level, and that way you're able to get movement to both sides. If you just had the direct microphone just center panned, then you'd only get movement to one side. So you have to hard pan or halfway pan out, and you have to play with the levels so you're getting movement to both sides. The levels won't be even, you have to do it by ear. Okay, I'd love to know what you think of this technique. I think it's really cool. There's 3 ways you can pull this off that we talked about today. We can move the microphone in by hand and perform the technique. We can put it on a pendulum and have it hanging down from the mic cable from a very tall mic stand and get the movement that way. And then also we can pan the mics to create a stereo effect. So next week we're going to be using these same tools that we used today, but we're going to be creating a Doppler chorus effect. I'll see you then, and I'd love to know what you think of this. I'll be hanging out in the comments below.